what's the feeling like first week of spring ball this year than last year when you probably know the playbook and you know the scheme and all that? And what's the comfort level like now compared to last year?
It's definitely a lot more comfortable with like knowing what you're doing, assignment wise, playbook stuff, being able to like help out some of the young guys around me, especially with two young quarterbacks. Just being able to kind of lead from the center spot there has been a privilege.
When you look back at last year and your first, I guess, full year at center, what were your takeaways of sort of what are the pros and cons of your first year at that position?
Yeah, definitely. Got as the year got going, like snaps got better. Obviously, communication was a big part I had to work on early in the year. Got better. Still stuff I'm working towards is just footwork, technique stuff like that. Really ironing that out. You're never gonna be perfect, but it's just trying to move forward and try to get reach perfection. And this is your ceiling there. And this year is just a priority, just being a better leader, just being able to lead the guys a little bit better and be that guy they can lean on when they need to.
What do you want to change about how you lead compared to last year?
Yeah, just being more vocal. I feel like last year I led a lot, just by my actions, and I just go and do. Tiredness is a funny thing. You get real tired, and you trap yourself in your own mind. But when you're playing that position, and you want to be an older guy. Kind of the position I'm in now is you have to learn how to move past that and lead the guys around you. Because everybody else is tired. You got a long drive. You're gonna be tired. It's part of the game. So it's being able to build some resilience there and just be better for those guys around me.
Do you have to approach your relationship different with the quarterbacks this year? I mean, Joey was new, but he was an old guy. These two guys George was here, but they're young. Your relationship, center to quarterback, do you have to approach it a little bit different?
In terms of, I guess, yeah, you could say that. Just as moving forward, as I've been in the game a little bit as compared to some of these guys. George and I built a relationship last year, a little bit. It's getting better every day. Same thing with Faison. Me and him being from like similar areas, we kind of bonded pretty quickly. Just trying to get better with chemistry. It's gonna take some time to practice too in pads. Real first day of like getting after it, long practice, hot day, just getting in that synchronization. Just trying to encourage him more than anything, because I know how hard that is. Not necessarily to play quarterback, but to step in as a young guy and just be like, holy crap, like this is a lot going on. Like, before we go on the field, like, all right, man, you got this. Be confident. Own the huddle. Own the play. We got you. We're gonna be there behind you. Just act like you own the place, because you do. So yeah.
What was the offseason like adjusting to Coach Owings coming in?
Yeah, D.O. He's a tenacious character. He's very high energy, no nonsense. I love that. He's definitely helped us so much, even in the short time he's been here, just in aspect of mindset. Not necessarily just physically, because obviously he's helped us physically. There's a lot of guys that have gotten stronger, me, myself included, like just building your body the right way. But building the mindset around that, like, okay, like we're gonna do this, and you're either gonna do it or you're not gonna do. Like you're not gonna play ball. It's just how it is. It's almost like a drill instructor, but in a good way. He's a nice guy. Don't let that fool you. Like just making sure that we're where we need to be, accountability wise, mindset wise, and I feel like that's really helped us transfer that to practice so far.
It seems like he's almost kind of old school in his no nonsense-ness, but
absolutely.
There's also some of his methods seem to be advanced in terms of how he measures things. What's sort of that blend that you see and what you guys are doing?
Absolutely. I would classify himself as old school. He surrounds himself with people that definitely know what's going on with like the sports science and stuff like that. Like, not saying he doesn't. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that his mindset and his attitude towards training is very old school in the fact that it's just like, this is how it is. Like, you do it, And he comes through and he'll let you know if you're not doing it. And he'll put more weight on you if you need it, and he'll take it off if you don't need it. Everything we do with him is focused on what your body needs and not what you want to do. That's a real big thing for him. It's just like, yeah, like you want to squat 500 pounds, but does your body need that right now? Or can you do that with like the correct technique and yada, yada? Like, he's been a really good, change up for us. And then obviously with like the science behind it, like understanding, all right, well, he talks all the time, like in the team meetings at the start of the week, it's like, all right, well, this is where our outputs are based on hamstring strength, this, that, and the other. you know, your nervous system gets over it, and all this jargon that I don't really understand, but he understands it well, and you know, gets us back into where we need to be. So I feel like it's a really good blend.
Through your years of playing football, what have you found is kind of the biggest factor that can propel that chemistry between a center and the quarterback along a little bit faster?
Just getting together off the field, watching some tape. I spend time with both of them. Just, you know, they'll come see me, I'll go see them. Like, let's walk through this. Let's, you know, what can I do better for you? Because one thing Coach Elby said in the meeting actually yesterday, it really stuck with me, was, you know, you have a fumbled snap, messed up in the exchange, you don't hear the clap, or you snap the ball and you're not supposed to. It's never the quarterback's fault, and that's just not saying like, oh well, it's always your fault. No, it is our fault. You know, it's our center, it's our job at center to be the captain of the O-line and do our job at the end of the day. Like, it's not just about protecting the Q, it's about understanding what how he works and how he processes stuff, and getting to that point, you know, understanding that it's just going to happen through practice and repetition. So snapping after practice, talking to guys, what did you see this? Like, after I come off of a drive, I'll go see whoever was with me that drive and be like, all right, what did you think? And, you know, sometimes you get pride from them because they don't want to say the wrong thing and make you mad, but sometimes, you know, truth hurts. So, you know, I'm just, you know, just building that relationship.
Like, I know you guys are teammates, and you know, you're older clearly, but not that much older. But like, do you feel like it's a responsibility to kind of be like a mentor to those two young guys?
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of took it as a personal, you know, thing this year. Just like, all right, I've been in the game for a while. You know, relative to football, I'm an older guy. Not necessarily. I'm 20. You know, but just took it as a challenge to myself to be that leader for those guys up front and handle what we need, the O-line wise, so they don't have to do that, because, you know, they have so much on their plate, day to day, play to play. Like, I think I have a lot on my plate at center. I have a fraction of what he has going on, and he's just now learning stuff. And now we're in practice and pads, and it's just, I'm 9 million miles an hour, and you know, I'm accustomed to playing at that speed. It's my job to be able to be like, all right, well, slow it down. Like, are you good? Like, you know, talking to the guys, you know, feeling it out. So yeah, to an extent. Awesome.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.